Okay, we're going to finish the podcast with a look at the Korean plan to take over the world. And unfortunately, I can't play any for you, but it's called Kpop. And we had in the studio with us this morning Chaima Ben, who is a big fan. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Studio.
Hi, thank you.
Nice
Thanks for
to
having
see
me.
you. Who was that? That was Super Junior. Are they big?
Yeah, they are super big. They're like the major band in Asia. They tour all over Asia. They're number one. They're really popular, even in Canada, United States, Europe, everywhere.
So tell us what you're planning for this weekend in Montreal.
So we're planning a flash mob, a K-pop flash mob. We'll be dancing on K-pop songs to have we want to bring K-pop artists here in Montreal. So we're having this flash mob. It's this Saturday at 3 p.m. It's at Palais des Congrès on Bleury and Saint-Antoine.
And I'm going to ask you again. I'll give that out again in case people are interested. But I'm fascinated by the fact that you are the representative and the organizer of this K-pop flash mob, because you don't have any connection to Korea other than this love for K-pop. Do
No,
you?
no, nothing.
What's your heritage?
I'm from Tunisian descendant.
Okay, so you're a Montrealer, but your parents are from Tunisia.
Yeah.
And you can't see this, folks, but Chaima is sitting here in front of me with a headscarf on, and she's bopping away to K-pop. And I guess the question is, why would Korean pop speak to you?
Because I think music is a universal language. I think just when I hear the song, the melody, when I watch the music video, it just speaks for itself. And I think it's the same thing for all Canadian K-pop fans, because it's really international right now. There's a lot of Canadian fans. Flash mobs are on not only in Montreal, but also Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Winnipeg this weekend. So it's really big.
Is it true that Korean pop is more wholesome, say, than some of the Western pop? I mean, more kind of less kind of out there, less kind of raunchy. Is that true?
I think it's just that K-pop is more positive, I guess, than Western. I mean, more American music, I'd say. The messages that they have, it's like they sing about love, they sing about dating. They don't have gangsta rap or stuff like that. So it's just more positive.
Because nowadays, how are you connecting to Western pop music? Why isn't the kind of big American music, if you will, why doesn't that speak to you more than this?
I think it's because K-pop is more original. When you watch the music videos, it's more colorful sometimes. The story is better. It's really, they have this like powerful image, I'd say, that's different from the American music right now. And also the artists are really talented, because before they debut, they train for like 4 to 5 years. So they perform, they sing, they dance, and they act at the same time. So
the ones I've seen, believe me, I'm not an expert, but the ones I've seen seem to be a lot of like boys or young men. Are there women too?
Yes. There's girl bands and boy bands also. And yes, they are all beautiful. So I think the image, also the physical appearance also attracts people.
Okay, don't go away. Chaima Ben with me in the Daybreak studio, the organizer of the K-pop flash mob that's taking place this weekend. We're going to give you those details again in a moment. But joining me now as well is Elvis Amber. He's a Montreal journalist working at CBC Radio these days in Quebec City, and he's live down the line from Quebec City now. Elvis, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your connection to K-pop?
Well, I used to live in South Korea for about 2 years, and that was my connection to it. But, it wasn't really until I moved to Taiwan, in the capital Taipei, that I saw really what a cultural phenomenon this was in North and Southeast Asia. And it really is quite this breathtaking phenomena that's sweeping that part of the world. I mean, as soon as, on the street in Taipei, you'll see, throngs of boys dancing to Super Junior, or girls dancing to Girls' Generation. On the platform, in the subway, the same thing. And, I was at a restaurant with a friend of mine, and they played at the restaurant 2 songs on a loop. 2 Korean songs on a loop. Nobody understands the words. It's entirely, in Korean. And on this loop over and over again, eventually, my friend couldn't take it anymore, and we had to leave. So it's quite a phenomenon here from from China over to Japan, down to Indonesia. But we're seeing it spread even in Europe, in North America. They've had concerts, of course, in Paris, in the United States, in Los Angeles. Of course, flash mobs across Canada are trying to get a number of these groups to come to the country here.
And again, you're going to put my pointy-headed hat on for a minute and say that this is almost a perfect example of, in diplomatic circles or geopolitical circles, you call soft power, influence through culture and information and that sort of thing. And for South Korea, that's really important because of their history and because of where they are and because of the fact that the country is still divided. And this is a way of reaching out to the north.
That's exactly right. I mean, most news that comes out of the Korean Peninsula really is from North Korea. We're often hearing about North Korea's nuclear program and food crisis there and whatnot. And really, we could also see this cultural phenomenon as having political backing. I mean, 10 years ago when the Korean wave, I really call it a tsunami. It's much larger than that. It had a lot of political backing, a lot of financial support by the government, funding the entertainment industry there, and there was a calculated effort to get to export South Korea's what I call their soft products. So their music, their movies, their television.
The soap operas. Before I let you go, I just want an idea from you, from sort of, in a sense, an outside observer who lived there for a while. Why does it connect, for instance, in China, where I think by sheer numbers it's more popular than in Korea? Why does it connect so much outside of Korea and in the rest of Asia?
Asian values and sentiments. Before K-pop drove this part of the Korean wave, it was the television dramas that did it. So values on family, parents, grandparents, love, sex, those were not the same. Those values were being pushed and resonated through through the Korean television dramas, which really drove the first part of the Korean wave. And I think there was a bit of fatigue with American pop culture and American television and movies and Chinese and Japanese watching these programs, which are still doing very well, but thinking this isn't us. And suddenly these Korean dramas hit the airwaves and they just resonate a lot more. And now what we're seeing is the K-pop essentially taking over. We're now in what's called the second wave of the Korean wave, and it's driven largely by K-pop bands like Super Junior, Girls' Generation.
Maybe
TV dramas still doing very, very well. You turn on a television set in Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, Singapore, the Philippines, and you're more likely to see a Korean television drama than you are an American one. So, I mean, American pop culture is still a force to be reckoned with in Asia, but the Koreans have really made plenty of room for themselves at the table.
Okay, Elvis, thanks very much. Nice to talk to you this morning. That's Elvis Amber. He's in Quebec City, where he's working for CBC Radio. With me in the studio, Chaima Ben. The point of this flash mob, Chaima, other than having a good time, being out in the sunshine, is to try to persuade the executives who basically plan the schedules of these acts to bring one to Montreal. What are the chances, do you think, of doing that?
Oh, I think it's really big because we did the first flash mobs through Canada SM Town Live Canada. It was a Facebook page. We started the flash mobs from there, and there was flash mobs all over Canada. So we were able to actually get into Korean media. We were able to get idols see us. We were able to get one of the biggest idols, Lee Tuck, tweet about us. So hopefully this weekend also we'll make it big. So everyone, I'll just love to say Canada loves K-pop admins. You guys are awesome. Shani, Kathy, Randall, Nicholas, Audrey, Sylvester family, you work hard. Thank you very much, and let's rock it this Saturday, everyone.
Saturday at
3 p.m. and also
Lurie and Saint-Antoine, Palais des Congrès.
Yes, and also everywhere in Canada, Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Vancouver. Everyone, let's rock it and bring them here.
Chaima Ben, thanks for coming to the studio.
Thank you.
Chaima Ben there, and before her you heard Elvis Amber, and that is the Daybreak podcast for Thursday. It's Sabrina who's here tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and have a great weekend.
Ladies taking over.
Yeah, it's Chicks on Daybreak tomorrow. I'm moving up to Villeray to live near to Elias, so I'm.
Can I borrow a cup of sugar?
Yeah, no problem. So have a good weekend, podcast listener. Talk to you on Tuesday.
Bye.
Looking for more CBC podcasts? Go to cbc.ca/podcasting.